There's something dangerous about reactive living. It doesn't look like failure. It doesn't look like collapse. It looks like a normal life. You wake up, you respond to messages, you handle what appears, you solve what's urgent, and at the end of the day, you feel productive. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Being busy is not the same as being in control. Reactive living feels responsible, it feels mature, it feels necessary, but it quietly steals something from you. It steals initiative, it steals intention, it steals authorship over your own life. When you live reactively, your energy is always directed outward. You respond to emails, you respond to expectations, you respond to other people's urgency, but you rarely respond to your own calling. Your phone dictates your attention, notifications dictate your focus, deadlines dictate your emotional state, and slowly, without noticing, you begin to believe that this is just how life works, that adulthood is reaction, that responsibility is constant response, that stress is normal. But what if that belief is the real trap? What if the exhaustion you feel is not because life is hard, but because you are constantly reacting instead of creating? What if the real problem is not the number of demands you face, but the fact that you've surrendered your power to decide how you face them? Reactive living trains you to operate in survival mode. You scan for problems, you look for threats, you wait for the next notification, you brace yourself for the next demand. And survival mode might keep you functioning, but it will never allow you to build. There's a misconception about taking control of your life. Many people assume that being proactive means being aggressive, dominant, loud, or forceful. But real proactivity is quiet, it is internal, it is subtle. It begins the moment you realize that you are responsible for your responses, not for circumstances, not for other people's moods, not for unexpected events, but for your response. And that realization changes everything. Between what happens to you and what you choose to do, there is a space. It may be small, it may be only a few seconds, but it exists. Most people never use that space. They react instantly, they speak instantly, they decide instantly, they defend instantly, and then later they regret. But inside that small space between stimulus and response, lives are shaped, careers are redirected, relationships are preserved, identity is strengthened. Reactive living skips that space. Proactive living lives inside it. Think about how often you say, "I had no choice." It feels true, it feels justified, but most of the time it isn't. I got angry because they disrespected me. I lost focus because the environment was chaotic. I didn't act because the timing wasn't right. Each of these statements transfers control outward. Each one quietly says, "My life is controlled by circumstances." And the moment you truly believe that, you surrender your power. Proactivity begins with a decision that feels almost too simple. I choose my response. Not because it's easy, not because it's convenient, but because it's mine. You can't control traffic, but you control your patience. You can't control criticism, but you control your reaction. You can't control uncertainty, but you control your preparation. That shift alone separates leaders from victims. It separates those who wait for better conditions from those who build in imperfect ones. Reactive people ask, "What's happening to me?" Proactive people ask, "What am I going to do about it?" That question transforms identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone being pushed by life. You start seeing yourself as someone steering it. You stop waiting for motivation, you start acting from principle. And slowly, your confidence grows, not because circumstances improve, but because your responses become intentional. Here's something subtle but powerful. When you live reactively, your emotional state is controlled externally. A compliment lifts you, criticism crushes you, good news energizes you, bad news paralyzes you. You become a reflection of your environment. But when you live proactively, your emotional stability comes from inside. You choose patience, you choose focus, you choose discipline, even when the environment is chaotic. This doesn't mean you suppress emotions, it means you govern them. It means you acknowledge frustration without becoming it. You acknowledge fear without surrendering to it. You acknowledge pressure without collapsing under it. Proactivity is emotional leadership, and emotional leadership is personal freedom. Let's make this practical. For the next 24 hours, pay attention to every moment you feel triggered, every moment you feel defensive, every moment you want to blame circumstances. Pause. Don't react immediately. Ask yourself one question: what is within my control right now? Maybe you can't change the situation. Maybe you can't change what was said, but you can always choose your response, and that is where your power lives. If you live reactively for years, your life becomes a collection of responses. You respond to problems, you respond to opportunities, you respond to people's expectations, and one day you look back and realize you never truly chose your direction. But if you live proactively, your life becomes a sequence of decisions. You choose your standards, you choose your habits, you choose your boundaries. One feels accidental, the other feels intentional. Reactive living doesn't destroy you overnight. It erodes you slowly. It convinces you that you are doing enough because you are busy. It convinces you that progress equals activity. It keeps you in motion but away from growth. And the most dangerous part is that you can live like this for years without noticing the damage, until one day you wake up older, more tired, and quietly aware that you built a life you never consciously chose. So here's the turning point. Stop asking, what will happen today? Start asking, how will I show up today? That single shift reclaims your agency. It reminds you that you are not a passive participant in your life. You are a decision maker, and decision makers shape outcomes differently than reactors do. In the first episode, we talked about direction. Now you see something deeper. Direction means nothing if you continue reacting. You cannot build a designed life with a reactive mindset. You cannot claim ownership of your future while surrendering your present responses. Proactivity is the foundation. Without it, everything else collapses. Your life is not shaped by what happens to you. It is shaped by how you respond. Reactive living feels normal, but normal does not mean aligned. And aligned living requires awareness. It requires you to notice your impulses, your habits, your emotional triggers, and decide consciously who you want to be in that moment. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, because this series is not random motivation, it is architecture. We are building something structured, something intentional, something durable. And in the next episode, we go even deeper, because becoming proactive is powerful, but it's not enough. There is another silent trap that sabotages even proactive people. Something subtle, something socially accepted, something that feels productive but is actually destructive. In the next episode, we will confront the illusion of urgency, the hidden cost of living without clear priorities. Because even if you take control of your responses, if you don't know what truly matters, you will still spend your energy on the wrong things. You will still feel busy but misaligned. You will still move but not forward. Episode 3 will challenge the way you define importance. It will force you to question what you call urgent. And once you see the difference between urgent and essential, you won't be able to unsee it.